Hello everyone, welcome to a new vlog. So in this vlog, I will be sharing my story that how did I manage class 11 with neat preparation with PCMB stream, and also whether you would choose dummy or a regular school. I will also answer some of your queries based on how to make notes and books, etc. So stay tuned. So the first question I will answer is how to make notes for PCB. So starting with physics, for physics, what you need to do is not only write the formulas of the chapter but also the concepts in a short way. What I mean is, for suppose if you are studying current electricity of class 10, I'll take an example of class 10. Then what you will do is write all the formulas for current, for resistance, for charge with their units, because units hold a very special meaning in physics. You all know that, right? So you will write all those formulas in a single page, and then you will also write some difficult concepts like when you will enter in class 11, there is a chapter called work, power and energy, and I personally felt that topic a bit difficult. So what I did was I summarized all the concepts and wrote down. So short making short note does not mean that you have to concise them in one page, because sometimes there are some more difficult concepts that you need to write. I'll share my glimpse of short notes of physics, chemistry in a short. Like publish a shorts video in which I'll tell you all those things, because note making is individual practice. It takes practice to make good short notes. Now, as I have come across my grade 11th, and now I think I'm able to make good short notes, because it took me at least 5 to 6 months to analyze how to make notes, how to revise them, how to place them. And one more tip I would like to give you for physics is that sometimes you come across difficult questions, like when you're giving your test or when you're solving the module, you might come across some difficult questions which have a which have a different formula or concept than what taught in class. For example, if there is a question of current electricity, we got two different choices for them. So what I will do is the unique way of writing the numerical or the unique formula which I got from that, I'll also mention it in, and I will mention the case where it is applicable, because there are some formulas which are not applicable everywhere. There are cases. So make sure to label where the case is. Similarly, for for chemistry, for chemistry, there is nothing more important than physical for short notes. You need to make short notes for physical chemistry. That's the must, because physical chemistry is full of formulas and derivations. So you will not write derivations in the short notes, I guess. You just need to write the formulas with their heading, because some people, I have seen that many of my friends, what did they, do is they only wrote the formulas, not the heading. Like if you're writing the value of Boltzmann constant, they did not write the Boltzmann, they just write the value. So what happens is, even after 2 years, when you will be revising just few months before need, and for instance you skip anything, you will not remember what was the value for, because in chemistry we use a single term for multiple values. For example, n denotes mole, n denotes some variables in chemical kinetics as well, so there are many linkages. So remember to label the formula or the concept, whichever used. For biology, personally, I did not make any short notes. I preferred the notes given by my teachers and NCRT. For chapters of plant physiology, what I did was, because personally for me, botany was a bit higher and more difficult than zoology. Zoology is quite interesting for me, so I did not face any such problem in zoology. But in botany, the chapters like respiration in plants, transport, and mineral nutrition were some of the chapters which I personally found difficult in class 11 biology. So what I did them for them was that I made a separate mind map for each process. Let me take an example of chapter. respiration. So in respiration in plants, we have different processes like glycolysis, ETS, link reaction. Some of you might not understand now because I guess most of you are from 10th grade who are watching this video, but it's all right. When you will enter our grade 11, you will come across these chapters and these topics. I'm just take it for I'm speaking some of the topics like glycolysis, ETS, link reaction. These are some topics. I made an individual mind map for all these topics, and now I have pasted them in front of my wall. You must have seen in my videos that I have some printed mind maps, and also I have made some handmade mind maps that I'll share too in the shorts video which I told you. Yeah, for biology, that was enough. So, physics, chemistry, and biology. For physics and chemistry, to summarize it up, I will say just noted down the formulas and important concepts. And for biology, if you find any chapter difficult, make the flowcharts because flowcharts are the best way to remember biology. Now, the next question was, how did I manage PCMB with school, or shall we choose dummy school? Now, dummy or regular school is your perspective and your way of managing it. For if I share my story with you all, in my grade 11, I did not go to school because we had a choice of online or offline. So I chose the online mode, and to be honest, I did not attend any online classes as well. But I got it settled with my teacher. I talked with them, and they said it was okay. So grade 11 was not a problem for me in managing. What for maths, what I did was my main focus was on physics, chemistry, and biology. For maths, I spared some extra time on my weekends. Like on Saturday and Sunday, I spend 2 to 3 hours each day. And whenever the exams are coming approaching, I will just take out 2 to 3 days for my maths practice because maths requires practice. Now, as I have entered my class 12th, in our school, class 12 requires you to come to school to fulfill your 75 to 80% of the attendance. So now I go to school for at least 4 days a week. Like out of 6, I go 3 or 4 days. I go every Monday and Tuesday, then I take an off on Wednesday to complete my work, and then I go on Thursday and Friday. Sometimes I skip Friday as well. That depends upon the workload I have. So, I think when I started my grade 12 and I tried to cope up with my coaching school and school homework and coaching work, DPPs, modules, everything, I sort of found it difficult to cope up. But now it has been 15 days already, and I think I have been improving. First of all, when I started, this is month of April, and we had a lot of holidays in April, so I did not go school for very long. It has been 15 days since I started my school sessions, but yeah, now what I do is after I get home, I just scroll through YouTube, then I sleep for some time, and after I get up, I make sure that I do not waste any single second because time is very precious. And personally, for me as a PCMB student, I sometimes feel that I should give more effort because I have an additional subject to cope up with. So yeah, it's all about managing. In my grade 11th, I was able to study 6 to 8 hours of self study with coaching classes. And now, if I'm not going to school and I have no coaching, I will study for 8 to 10 hours. But if I have my coaching, I'll try to study for 6 to 7 hours. And with school, I have improved from like 0 hours. I did not, when I started my grade 12, in starting, I did not study at all. Studying means self study. My self study time was zero because I just focused on completing my writing work and watching the lectures, attending the school. That was it. But I realized that I need to give some time because for me it works on an opposite way. Until and unless I don't read it myself, I don't try to understand it myself, I will not get anything. Whether I watch 100 lectures on a single topic, until and unless I don't read the book myself and practice some MCQs myself, I will not get a hand on the topic. So that is what I will suggest you. Spare some time from your school also. I also now have an ability to study 4 to 5 hours, with 4 to 5 hours of my self study plus 5 to 6 hours of my school and 3 hours of my coaching, 3 to 4 hours of my coaching. So that constitutes near about 13 to 14 hours per day. Now, I am not able to follow this every day. Sometimes I give only 3 hours to my self study, and giving hours does not matter because now, when I'm going to school, I think that giving hours does not matter until and unless I'm able to complete my assigned work for the day. That's enough for me. And yes, that's the approach now I'm using. I just focus on completing my work and make sure that I do not have any backlog. That's the main point. So yeah, it's not difficult to manage, but yeah, you will face some difficulties at starting. But as soon as you will cope up with, you will not find anything difficult. That's all about managing yourself. Everyone has a different way of living. Everyone has a different lifestyle. Everyone has different difficulties. So it's all upon you. You have to analyze yourself very properly. You have to see where you stand, where you have weaknesses, where are you going to give your time, where are you going to spend it. That's all. Nothing is as such difficult. I, being a PCMB student, have also started a YouTube channel. Though I'm not very active because I just want to help the class 10 students. Because I when I was in class 10, I did not have had any such guidance for me. I asked my seniors, but they did not give response. As I tell you everything, I think that's why I want to started my YouTube channel. That's why I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, and I would like to give you one more advice. Don't try to rush your syllabus. Yeah, this is the biggest blunder we all made. Don't try to rush your syllabus. That means go with the flow. When you will enter your class 11, the most important thing, I repeat, the most important thing is clear up your basics and start with basics mathematics for physics. Because physics is a subject which you all feel difficult. For me personally, I am more on an analytical side, so people with analytical sides do not feel much more stress on the physics and mathematical subjects. But yeah, for you, I would suggest, for every one of you who are entering grade 11, please pay most of the attention to basic mathematics that comprises your differentiation, integration, and vectors. That will form the base, because it will not only help you throughout 11th but also in 12th grade. When you will enter your 12th grade, you will see more than half of the physics comprises of vectors. These are the mathematical tools which are very important to learn. Give at least a month to learn these. Don't just go through these randomly and say these are easy formulas, because these formulas will help you throughout your NEET preparation. Similarly for chemistry, you have to learn the basic units and and their values. For example, Boltzmann constant, your value of n naught, and many such quantities. You will get it when you will enter a grade 11. Your teachers will tell you all these. These come in the very beginning. You are taught this, so be strong with your basics. Until and unless you're strong with your basics, you will have a smooth journey. That's all for this video. If you have any more doubts, comment down below. Thank you.